El Chapo was called the most powerful drug lord since Colombia's Pablo Escobar. El Chapo became the biggest supplier of drugs to America. The Mexican drug lord even had a web series made on him, and now he's been sentenced to life in jail. He was found guilty on 10 counts by a U.S. court in Brooklyn. Here's a look at the rise and fall of El Chapo.
The law finally caught up with the infamous Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Guilty of running a murderous criminal enterprise, the 62-year-old will spend the rest of his life in prison. A U.S. district judge sentenced the dreaded criminal to life imprisonment plus 30 years at a hearing in Brooklyn. He was also ordered to forfeit $12.6 billion. El Chapo, the nickname, means shorty, referring to his height. Born in 1957 in La Tuna, a village in Mexico, Chapo's life of crime began at a very young age. He started cultivating his own marijuana plantation at the age of 15. El Chapo's claim to criminal fame came in the 80s, after his boss Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo was arrested. El Chapo became the sole king of the Mexican drug world. He founded his own drug organization, the Sinaloa Cartel. By the early 1990s, El Chapo was wanted by the FBI and was considered one of the most dangerous drug traffickers. But El Chapo had just begun. When Colombian drug trafficking was curbed, El Chapo took over. El Chapo's rise is not just about power, brutality, and violence. He used creative ways to smuggle drugs, like hiding cocaine inside AC tunnels, fire extinguishers, and cans labeled chili pepper. Soon El Chapo expanded drug trafficking to all 5 continents and became the biggest drug smuggler in the world. El Chapo established several assassin groups to instill fear in rival gangs. His henchmen are accused of committing over 1,000 murders to protect El Chapo's drug empire. You heard it right, over 1,000 murders. Wonder why the long arm of the law didn't catch up with him? It did, but Chapo escaped the tentacles of the law twice. Imprisoned in Mexico in 1993, El Chapo continued to rule his narcotics empire from jail, and once he was ready, he simply escaped from prison in 2001. He spent years in hiding, expanding his business before being captured again in 2014. But El Chapo managed to escape once again by digging a tunnel from his cell. El Chapo was not bothered about crime catching up. To the people of Sinaloa, he was their Robin Hood. Elsewhere, he continued to live an extravagant life openly. He even got married to a beauty queen and even had the dare to invite police officers and politicians to his marriage. El Chapo amassed power and wealth over the years by any means he could. Believed to have sold more than $12 billion worth of drugs, the Forbes magazine in 2009 had listed El Chapo among the world's richest men. But his decades-long cat-and-mouse chase with the authorities ended in 2016. The authorities claimed he blew his cover through a series of slip-ups, which included an attempt to make a movie about his life. His move of granting an exclusive interview to actor Sean Penn in 2015 was a decision that cost him his freedom. He was initially extradited to the United States to face trial in 2017. The trial, which started in November 2018, was nothing short of a Hollywood drama. The jurors heard over 200 hours of testimony. Over 50 witnesses gave gruesome details of the cartel's operations and Chapo's colorful life. The verdict? Guilty. This conviction seems like the end of the road for the drug lord. Now, keeping his history of escaping prisons in mind, the kingpin of the drug world will spend the rest of his life at the Supermax Federal Prison in Florence, Colorado. Bureau Report, Wion. World is One.